USC has a lot of talent. They've got a lot of guys that can play at the skill position level, but are they tough enough? How often have we heard that? How often has that been our question, transparently? We've had that same sort of conversation on this exact same program. Well, yesterday, I believe that USC busted a little myth against Notre Dame. Final score was USC 38, Notre Dame 27 in the Coliseum. And when you look at Notre Dame on paper, they are exactly what the doctor ordered in terms of what it would take to beat USC. Notre Dame, their identity is playing in the trenches, running the football, controlling the tempo, running for just around 200 yards a game. Like, that's who they are. USC, they would be the first to tell you they have some room for improvement on their defensive front, linebackers and defensive line included. Now, Tui Tuipulotu is a freaking dog, but you hear what I'm saying. They allowed 200 yards rushing and 40-plus points to UCLA a week ago. So, Notre Dame comes to the Coliseum, rush for 90 yards, less than 100 yards. They say time of possession, right? That's what Notre Dame wants to do. They want to kind of take the air out of the football and make Caleb Williams and company. You got to watch the rest of this game with some Gatorade and just kind of watch while we drive it. And time of possession favored USC, 35-24. USC won a style of fight that doesn't necessarily trend in their favor, but the fact that they can do it, the fact that they did it in what would be a look-ahead spot to the Pac-12 title game and worrying about who they're going to play there, and the college football playoff buzz is building and Caleb Williams for Heisman, like all the distraction that could have been there for USC, and for them to have the game that they did and to play the way they did up front, I think says a lot of really, really good things about USC and the direction of this program late in the year. I'm J.D. Pickell. This is The Hard Count. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, would love to have you along for the ride. Also, follow me on the social channels, at J.D. Pickell on both Twitter and Instagram. A lot of interaction there. We'd love to involve you. Roll party. Everyone has this narrative. I won't say everyone, but the majority of the college football public who just sort of tune into USC games here and there and check the ticker and look at the storylines on ESPN, they have this thought around USC that they just essentially went into the transfer portal and got an all-star team. They say, yeah, okay, it's the Pac-12 conference, no knock on the conference, but it's not the SEC and what have you. Here's the reality. USC added some really special players. Jordan Addison could be argued one of the best, if not the best receiver in college football. Biletnikoff Award winner a season ago. Caleb Williams is a freak show. We'll talk more about him in a minute. Acquired other special transfers at the skill positions, but keep in mind, yes, you add a lot of talent, but you're still trying to turn over a roster that went 4-8 a season ago. Translation, USC, when Lincoln Riley got there, wasn't very good. And so a lot of that roster, and this is not to knock what USC has under the hood, I'm just saying they had a long ways to go when he got there. So USC, in my opinion, is still very much a work in progress. It's not just so much a, hey, plug and play, Caleb Williams, go make everything happen for us. There's been elements of that. But I think in some way we kind of shortchange what USC has done. Like 11-1 after being 4-8 a season ago, that requires team wins. Not just special talent. Talent would have lost the UCLA game. Talent wouldn't have won the Notre Dame game. They had some real team wins. Ingredients for a team win, in my opinion, are culture, are buy-in, and the ability to play complementary football. And that's what we've seen from USC. The defense, yes, they have their issues. Have they been perfect all the time? No. But played phenomenal last night when they had to step up to the plate and had to answer the call to action. They did just that. Great in the turnover margin. Plus 1.8. Best in the country is USC. Don't give it away. They take it away a lot. Alex Grinch, for all the criticism around him and his defense, they've been extremely opportunistic this season. And so USC, I think, is more than just a talented roster. Like I've said before on this program, that it's not just a bunch of guys with stars next to their name that came to Los Angeles to get some NIL money. This is a group that's bought in. And if they hadn't bought in, they wouldn't be 11-1 to this point in the year. That was evident last night with the defense being challenged, stepping up to the plate, going and answering the bell every single quarter, and the offense eventually doing what their thing and creating separation. So here's the other side of that coin. Really phenomenal the strides the program and the team has taken under Lincoln Riley. Now, to the exact same token, USC plays an avalanche kind of style of football. Now, what do I mean by that? What they do is get a little bit of a edge on you, right? They cause you to lose your footing just ever so slightly. And it doesn't look like a lot at the beginning. It doesn't look like it's going to be, a 21-point swing in one quarter. What it looks like is down 10-0. And once you're down 10-0, the snow gets a lot more loose, and you just get buried in what USC can do offensively. Now, like I said, team phenomenal. At the exact same time, this team and this offense, this avalanche style of play, requires a lot of your quarterback and Caleb Williams and this offense. They're top 5 in the country in terms of points per game, well over 40. And so much of what they do offensively asks a lot of Caleb Williams. He has to do a lot running the football. Had 3 touchdowns last night. Has to do a lot throwing the football. Was really efficient. 18 for 22. What he does in terms of leading that offense is the catalyst to that avalanche kind of style of play, if you're tracking with me. And Caleb Williams, I just want to make sure I say this today on Sunday morning. Other people are going to say this throughout the rest of the week, so I want to make sure that we're at the cutting edge of this. He is the most valuable player in college football and deserves to win the Heisman Trophy. Now, if he beats Utah next week, I think that's a crucial ingredient, but what he has done for this team, again, 4-8 a year ago, bringing a lot of good players, but you add a quarterback and put a lot of weight on his shoulders for offensive production and for scoring points, and now you're seeing USC, like I said, 11-1, have a chance to win the Pac-12 in Lincoln Riley's first year. In a Pac-12 conference that I think completely does away with narrative that the Pac-12 is somehow a lesser conference with the way Oregon's played, with the way Utah's played, with the way UCLA has played, and then top it all off, the way USC has played. This is a good conference. They play good football over there. And so the fact remains, and the path remains, if USC can avenge that one loss against Utah, they're a game away from making the college football playoff. Mic drop. That's it. USC is 1 win away from making the college football playoff. And it is in no small part to Caleb Williams and what he's done offensively, leading the charge and being, the straw that stirs the drink. But this team has bought in, and you're seeing the dividends really early in Los Angeles. So excited for that. Still got to go beat a good Utah team that beat them in Salt Lake by 1 point. A lot of the Trojan faithful have some issues with the officiating. I don't expect that to be the case in Las Vegas, but USC, a myth-busting kind of victory yesterday against Notre Dame. Again, 38-27 was the final. The Trojans are in pole position as this thing comes down to championship weekend. I'm J.D. Pickell. This has been The Hard Count. We appreciate you tuning in. Again, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, we would love to have y'all along for the ride. Again, follow me on the socials at J.D. Pickell on Twitter and Instagram. A lot of things we do here that are incorporated from interaction over there. All right? We're going to keep the party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.